Hey friends, Jamie here. Welcome to Satellite Stories, where we interview those who have encountered Jesus through video games and nerd culture. We're part of the LTN Podcast Network, and today we're going to hear another story. We are back for Season 4 of Satellite Stories. This first episode of the season is the epitome of why Satellite Stories exists. To be a library of stories where individuals, video games, and Jesus intersect. I am more than ecstatic for this. This story, I've been waiting for this moment for 7 years. I cannot believe it. You know, we've captured moments where people have met their spouses playing video games online, where people have created communities, where people are discovering who Jesus is through video game culture. It's amazing. This story specifically is a salvation story. This is a story of a young man, one of my dear friends, a mentee of mine, somebody I've been walking through life with for the last 7 years. And he had an incredible encounter with Christ this last year. And you get to hear all about it. I don't know what more to say other than I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for this episode. Please, may I introduce you to my friend, Ixqui. All right, here I am with Ixqui, and we always try to do our podcast in one take, but I'm a big goober and don't know how to talk good. So here we are with Ixqui. I love you, man. It's good to be here. You're a smiling, laughing dude. Ixqui, tell me, who am I talking to? Who are you? Who is Ixqui?
I'm just a lad you found along the way and helped find Christ with.
Oh, amen, bro. Let's go. We're getting right to it. So
Yep.
Ixqui and I, let's see, I've known you for, I just say like 7 years because I think that's about right. You were like a freshman or sophomore in
Yeah.
high school. And man, it's been a crazy journey. If someone asked me if someone asked me like what you and I would be talking about, or if this podcast episode would exist like a year ago, 6 months ago, maybe even, I'd be like, man, I hope maybe 6 months ago. Yeah. But like a year ago, I'd be like, nah. Like Ixqi's great. But, dude, Ixqui, I'm so glad to have you here. The whole point of this podcast is creating stories of how video games, people, and Christ have kind of caught each other in the crossfire, and how Christ met people through video games or video game culture. So you're here for a reason, bro, and I'm excited. We're going to get down to your story, but first, people need to hear the important stuff. What video games you been playing lately, if anything at all?
Uh, no, primarily FIFA.
FIFA?
Big sports crate. Oh, EA FC Sports 26 or something like that.
Okay. So this like
FIFA.
sports ball games.
Yeah, they I think a whole like legal issue happened, so they can't use the words FIFA no more. But yeah,
Okay. All right.
soccer.
Soccer.
Yeah.
So the soccer video game. Okay. And you've also been playing soccer in the real world, right?
That I have.
Yeah.
Got a good old.
Oh, yeah, there you go. My man's soccer ready. Yeah, we
Yep.
moved the timing of the podcast a little bit. We had some confusion, but you sent me a picture too saying, well, that's good because I'm playing soccer anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, out on the field. That's good, man. Soccer's like huge right now. Our global friends would be like, no, football is huge right now. We have
Yeah.
the World Cup coming to North America. We have the Olympics coming to North America. Like there's like so many major sporting events with soccer included
Mhm.
coming to North America. So yeah, man, we got to talk about how you can use soccer for ministry, right?
I got to start playing with more people first.
Yeah. So you playing with more people. We were talking earlier. You're talking about how sometimes, like when it's just convenient, you come into Kaiser where I live because there's a really
Mhm.
nice new soccer field in town, which is sick. But you also go across the street to a school, and when you're there, what do you do?
Just kick a ball at a brick wall.
Kick a ball at a
Back
brick
to
wall.
myself. It
Yeah.
comes back to me, man.
Is
Got
that
no one to
like
pass to me. So.
right? No kidding. Is that like therapeutic for you? Just kick the ball over and over again? It seems crazy. Like it seems like I would think you're a crazy person if I didn't know everyone else in the world was doing the same thing. But what do you do when you're doing that? What do you think about?
I'm not. I'm just like I love the sport and I love watching it, and I just have this like crave to not exact copy because they're the best players in the world, but like just even like be like solid at the game. So all I want to do is just get better and kick over and over again until I get the kick perfect.
Okay. Do you like aim for a certain spot on the wall until you hit it or something?
I aim for a certain spot on the ball to like at
Oh,
least get
okay.
good contact because I need to work on hitting the ball right before I can even aim the ball.
Okay, cool,
For
cool.
me personally, at least.
All right, all right. I like that. No, I mean it makes perfect sense. I mean, you and I, we've played a whole lot of video games. We've both have dabbled in sports. Like I grew up playing sports. Did you also play sports growing up, or it was mostly just games? You're kind of the opposite, right?
I had like a year in football, but I didn't really get into gaming until I was like 13.
Oh, okay. Wow. So then I met you when you were like 15, 16. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Dang, that's crazy, bro. Well, something that I want to get to when we're talking is I want people to hear that like the last time you and I played a video game together. I don't know when it was. It was like a number of months ago, but it
Hmm.
was on my couch. We were at discipleship group waiting for some other people to get there. And we played a game called Gang Beasts. Just this crazy, goofy, like just
Yeah.
nonsense game. And if you've never played it or seen it, just look up videos of it. Gang Beasts. It's pretty funny. But aside from that, I couldn't tell you the last time we played a game together. I literally could not. I don't know. Do you
It
remember?
might it might have been the LAN party.
Oh, did you like for my birthday last year? Did you come to
I
that?
think so. I was there. You
Dang,
don't
dude.
remember? Come
That's
on,
crazy.
man.
Oh, bro, come on. There was
I
so
don't
many
blame you.
people there. I was just clicking heads, bro.
It,
That's
it was
all.
so sick.
That's so fun. We're gonna do it at the SG Arena this next year. So I'm
Oh, that's
excited for
sweet.
that, dude. I'm excited. But yeah, so then it would have been Halo, which is great because that's my jam. That's my game. And that was last June. So okay, okay. But what's cool is both those moments are in person. They're shoulder to
Mhm.
shoulder, right? So I think you and I have played way more video games in the same room than we have online, right? We had to have
Yeah.
by this at this point. We played some League online, but
Mhm.
yeah. Well, okay. When we first met, it was at your one of your high school like satellite gaming clubs, dude. We used to have like
Yeah.
60 people show up at that club sometimes. That club was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and that would have been Smash Bros, right? Did you play Fortnite or was it just Smash Bros?
It was mainly Smash Bros. Not even like the newest one. It was the old Wii U one.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. That's wild. You're old, man. You're old.
Come on. Come on now. Uncalled for.
um, nah, it is. It is. Dude, so I'm really glad you're here, Ishki. This is as we're talking, just shooting the breeze. Um, I definitely want to acknowledge that, like, dude, just how proud of you I am, and I am just honored that I get to walk through life with you. Like, people ask me frequently because I guess when people travel the world, they like to know like, hey, what's your favorite place? Where you been? So
Mhm.
when travel gets brought up, people ask like, oh, what's your favorite place you've been? And I don't know if you know this, but I try to tell people like I'm actually not somebody who like is wired to travel. I'm
Mhm.
not like, oh, I want to see the whole world. I want to make disciples for Christ, and that's amazing. And part of the way that I do that is travel, so that's beautiful. So I get that people are passionate about that. And when I see my friends in other countries, like when I went and saw John in Egypt, when I went and saw Nico in Indonesia, I'm like, I love it. Like these are my homies. Like it's so amazing. But man, my favorite place on my planet is my couch. Like that's what I tell people. And people ask
Mine
about
too.
like, is my couch?
It's
Yeah,
comfy.
yeah, dude, it's a good couch. But man, when people ask about like what's really at the heart of satellite gaming, it's the same thing. It's man, just that Bible study Tuesday nights, discover Bible study, getting into the Word, and just the fact that you've been a part of that for so long now and only recently encountering Christ, like, dang, bro, that's wild. That's wild. So like we're starting backwards here. Like and I want people will hear eventually that we're gonna get, no spoilers. Eventually,
Hmm.
Ishki meets Christ. Okay, okay. So just that happens. But like, bro, for so long, you came to Bible studies, you did devotions with us. You didn't. I don't know that you ever prayed, but like you respected that time of prayer. You bowed your head. You engaged in prayer with us. Like
Hmm.
for so long before having your own relationship with Jesus. Like, what in the world were you doing? Like, why? Why? I'm actually curious. I actually don't know what your answer for this is, so I'm curious. Why, man? Years, seven
I'm not.
years. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I'm not even entirely sure. I think it probably began as like my friends are doing it, and I like hanging out with my
Mm.
friends,
So
and then
just
it
the
became
community. Yeah.
yeah a big community part. It's a
Yeah.
big reason why I stuck around because it was so welcoming. It was great. I loved the place, so that's
Yeah.
why I kept coming back every single week.
Yeah. And
And then
eventually something changed or what?
at some point there was probably a seed there for a while that I just never noticed. and ignored. But I think in my mind, I just think it was like a good way to like I don't grow myself because I see my friends here
Just like
growing and all this kind of
self-improvement
stuff.
kind of thing.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so you said you
Because
saw friends growing. Who, like, give me an example. Like, we can talk about them. Who cares? They're fine. They're
good
fine.
old good old Omar Bravo.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Okay,
man, that man is like a brother to me, and
dude.
I've just seen him like grow and mature,
Dude, it's
and like
wild, man.
I work
He's
with
more
him.
mature than I am. Dude's nuts.
In some cases, yeah, but like I actively work with him, and I could just see like I've been like with him also with like for like 7 years,
Yeah,
and so I can
yeah,
just see all this, and I'm like, this man is very focused and
yeah.
like knows what he wants and is very determined,
Mm,
and like I see him as like a brother, and
yeah,
so
man.
I as well want to like not exactly follow in his footsteps,
Mm,
but I want to grow alongside him. I don't want to fall behind.
yeah, yeah. That's good,
N-
man. I love
Not in
that.
like a competitive aspect, just like
As iron sharpens
oh
iron, so one brother sharpens
yes,
another, man. Yeah,
yes,
that's like the epitome of that right there, dude. That gives me the goosebumps. I heard somebody say this last week, God bumps, like where it's like it's goosebumps, but you look down, there's no goosebumps. It's just God, like, I thought that was pretty funny. But I do have
yeah.
goosebumps. I do. My hair's sticking up. But man, that's so sick. That's so sick. So okay, now that we know the ending of the story, I want us to rewind, and I really want people to understand. And I want, again, Satellite Stories to be a place where it's like, oh, you want to challenge the idea. I dare you to challenge the idea that video games can't be used to win souls for Jesus Christ. Like, obviously Jesus does it's all Jesus, right? But like, when people wonder, I'm not mad at them for wondering, like, how does that actually work? How do you actually should? I actually get excited when people want to know, like, does that actually work? Does using video games as a tool for the gospel actually result in lives being changed? I would say, like, man, if anybody could be a fly on the wall for Sunday nights for our discipleship group, they'd change their mind pretty quick, man. They change their mind pretty quick. So, and you're smiling over here, So let's do this. Let's rewind all the way back, because for people to really see that your life has been impacted by the gospel, like, I just want them to go like, as far as I've known you, you've always been a good kid, right? You weren't one of those kids, like, I didn't have to, like, pull you out of jail. I didn't have to, like I didn't have to, pick you up while you're handcuffed. Maybe at some point you were, and I just didn't know. But, like, you were always a pretty good kid. But I didn't meet you till your freshman or sophomore year of high school. So, like, let's rewind all the
Yeah.
way back to there or just before there. Like, who was Ixqui? Like, late middle school, early high school. Like, who are we talking about here? What's going on in his mind? Tell us about you.
Ixqui, around the age of 14, was a bit of an ignorant punk, I'll say. Not a whole lot of people liked me. Even when I met Omar, he didn't like me at all. Took some
Seriously.
time. Yeah.
Dang.
I
Okay.
heard a
That's
thing.
surprising, dude. You're like one of the most likable people I know. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
wasn't always okay. So a big thing was middle school went to online, so it was a lot of just me and my brother. And there's
Okay.
nothing against him, but he's his own person,
Okay.
and I don't fault him for any of that. But um, not having other people to interact with
Yeah.
turned me very ignorant, acting like just like no remorse from some stuff.
Hmm.
Actions I do regret,
Okay.
but I
I
don't
got
know.
some of
I think
those. I got some of those. You good?
yeah, and then I think thankfully in high school, reality hit a lot harder,
Hmm.
and I like a big issue is like I was disliked. And I don't like that. I don't think anyone really. Some people don't care. Me, I do care, and I want to be liked, and because I
Okay.
enjoy having fun with people, and if I can make people smile, even better. So,
Yeah.
and so it
Yeah.
definitely shaped
So when
me
you
into
can't do that, it's like,
when
yeah.
I'm doing the opposite, and I'm like bothering people or annoying them. I'm like,
Yeah, bro. Okay.
bummer.
Okay. Okay. So I
So,
didn't I didn't even know that about you. Thank you for sharing that. So
I
Ishki,
was not
kind of
a good
figuring
kid.
out who you are, not exactly likable person.
No.
So let's just say you're at high school, you hear about this gaming club, you come into the commons, there's consoles everywhere. Let's say on average, on average, that club had like 40 plus, right? I mean, it got up to 60 at some point. So let's say
Yeah,
there's
a
40.
whole lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Tables stuffed.
Just stuff. What were you? Do you remember what you were thinking the first time you saw that setup? Like, what was going on in your mind? And it could have been like, yo, what is this ghetto stuff? Like, no, what was it? What was going on in your
No,
mind?
I thought it was so cool. I was
Yeah.
very excited because due to online school and also just like the certain friends I made, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with them, but we didn't always have the same interests. So I'm mainly so excited to just find other people to play with. Another
Mm,
thing of community. So I was just so excited because I played the
yeah.
game so much. Smash Bros. Wii U. I just played it all the time.
Okay. Okay. And tell us about that experience. Like, what was the after school club? Because this is like one of the OG satellite gaming after school programs. What was it like, man?
The first 2 weeks were interesting. 'Cause I remember things changed up afterwards, but the first 2 weeks we kind of had a point system to have rankings, and
Okay.
I really wanted to be at the top. I think I tied for first,
Okay.
and then at some point it became more casual. I didn't have the biggest deal with it because I'm not dying to be competitive, but if there's competition, I'm gonna partake.
Okay.
But I think the atmosphere in general was sick. There was the kids who like all gathered together on one console because you could play up to 8 people, and they're having a blast. Me personally, I like a little competitive one-on-ones. I don't
Okay.
know. It was
Okay.
like, and
Yeah.
there's the Fortnite side with a bunch of other kids, and I'm just like, dude, this place is getting like a bunch of people. It's sick.
Yeah, dude. That's so cool. I remember that clearly because I ran that club and I would have Austin come with me sometimes. And I had others that would come with me too. Maybe Nathan. I know Jess was there, my wife, because she worked at the school.
I think we got
But what was
Dom a few weeks.
yeah, yeah. Well, was Dom old enough to volunteer at that point?
I
He
remember seeing him a few
he
times.
might have been eventually, like as you got older. Okay. But well,
Mhm.
when you got old enough, COVID hit, right? So that was a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so answer this question. Ask this question. What what was your first like what do you remember about me? What was your first impression of me? And hey,
Hmm.
before you answer that, we are going to do a cut here, okay? So editor, around 15 minutes. I can hear your fidget spinner when you're spinning it and we're talking. Um, sorry, bro. Sorry,
Can't sit still,
bro.
man. Can't sit still.
Dude, that's all right. So I'm going to take a note on our messages real quick. No, editor, edit at 15:30. You're good, bro. You're good. Not the only one to do that. Okay. So the question was, what was your first impression of me? What do you remember about like me? So go ahead.
I was thinking, I'm like, this guy's really cool, but he's like super, super jolly, like a bit too much at
Oh
some point.
no.
I'm not sure. It was so long ago, but I think that's probably what I was thinking.
So jolly.
Cause like, yeah, cause you were really
Uh,
cool, but you were like nothing but smiles the whole time.
oh
And I'm
man.
like,
People that know me
yeah,
are like, dang, Jamie kind of grumpy sometimes. I don't know.
well, I can see that now.
I
But
was
when
gonna
I
say
first
you
met
eventually
you,
got to see that. Yeah.
yeah. But when I first met you, I'm like, oh, this guy's like just running this thing. Cause
Oh,
I knew absolutely zero, nothing. All I just knew is there was gonna be Super Smash Bros. And it was gonna be like at the school. So I'm like, you know what? I'll show up. And
yeah.
then I think it's probably I don't even think I met you the first week. I think it was probably like the second or third week when I started interacting more.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
eventually you and I would play some rounds like we'd play with some other guys that were there. I
Yeah.
would kind of bounce from playing that to playing Fortnite to just like making sure nobody died because it kept growing and growing. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember a very pivotal moment for me is when I started asking you guys to walk the gear out to the car with me. So like you guys started
Hmm.
helping me take the equipment to your car and we would just
Yeah.
stand in the parking lot and talk. I think we talked till the sun went down a couple times. Like I even
Yeah.
had I remember having a skateboard with me one time, a soccer ball, like some
I
snacks.
remember.
Like I don't remember all of it, but I just remember like we talked in the parking lot a lot, dude. Like that was pretty cool. What made you stick around? Why didn't you just like just walk home immediately or catch a ride or something? Like why'd you stick around?
I think it's because I just the walk home, I don't mind walking, but in my mind I'm like, well, if I'm gonna have to walk home anyways, I'm not on timer here. I might as well stick around and hang out.
Mm,
Plus my friends stick around too, so I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll help out, all this kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's man. We have a name for that now. We call those blacktop talks, and that's where they started. And we do that on purpose now. Have you heard that before? Or no, is that the first you've heard of that?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny is like now I'm fast forwarding a little bit again. Like we're in the process of looking at what it would look like for you to become a mentor through satellite gaming, right? And in that
Yeah.
process, you're going to go through training. You're going to learn about Blacktop Talks. You're going to learn about this
Mm,
thing called the Waypoints. It's 5 steps for digital discipleship, and you're going to listen to the 5 steps. You'll be like, oh, that's what they did when I was. Oh, that's what they did when I. Oh, that's what it is. So it's just really cool to like be able to have these conversations with you and now see that like that heart multiplied is so sick. So okay, so now this is where to me this is where it like things start to change. So then COVID hits, right?
yeah.
We go to like, hey, we got to do online stuff almost exclusively. Like we can get together in person sometimes. You end up moving out of the country, kind of like for a little
Yeah.
while. Like you come
About a
back.
year.
We start doing like student leadership stuff. What do you remember about that season where it starts transitioning to like, okay, now like even when school's not in session, we're all still trying to hang out. We're all still trying to do student leadership stuff. Like, what do you remember about that?
I think I remember. I could be wrong, but I think I was straying a little bit away from like hanging out in like with satellite and in the server and just hanging out with the people I've met through there.
Okay.
'Cause I don't remember a whole lot. I think we did a few things,
Yeah.
but
Okay, let me
I
ask
don't
this
know.
one. There's one specific moment, and that it was like do you let me see if you recall. What do
Probably
you
not.
remember the first moment where like our relationship became like about more than just video games? Where it's like, yo, this is about real life. Like we had a really serious talk. I remember it like I remember it very clearly. I don't know
I
if
think
you
this was.
remember.
I remember something pre-COVID where I was crying in your arms.
Dude,
I
yeah,
remember that.
that's what I think. I think it was
That was
raining
pre-COVID.
outside and you're just crying. I'm like, dang, I'm texting
Yeah.
Jess and I was like, yo, I gotta give this guy a ride home. Like, we're just gonna talk. And man, yeah,
What do
you
you
did,
mean?
man.
Matt
You
gave me a ride
wept,
home.
man. But did Matt give you a ride home that day?
Yeah. Yeah. Matt
Okay.
gave me a ride home.
Okay. There was another
I remember.
time because maybe it was the second time that I ended up giving you a ride home and sitting in your driveway and we talked for like a couple
I
hours in
remember
your
that. I
driveway, or
remember
maybe
that one.
like
Yeah.
a couple hours in total. Went on a drive, parked in the driveway. But this first
I
time,
remember.
I mean, I'm like, we don't need to get. You can share whatever details you want about the circumstance, but let's just say this: all of us have like moments in life, whether it's like decisions we make or family dynamics or just our own personal struggles that we just got to work through. Like, what do you remember about that? Like, what made it? Like, I'm not trying to ask even like about me here, just you. What was
Yeah.
it about? Like, I'm cool to cry in front of this guy because that was a big moment. That said something to me about like the trust that we have for each other. What was that all about?
I think I just saw you as like a mentor figure at that point. And
Mm,
like the whole like what started it all was just a lot of buildup because I was living with mainly my dad while my mom and my brother moved out of the country.
okay.
And I hadn't seen him in months. And it never really hit me. Like I never thought of the idea like, oh dang, I miss my mom. I miss like hanging out with my
Mm,
brother. Like and like I never thought about it. So I think it just built up in the back of my head. And then I'd like see you like what was it, every Monday we had the leader
yeah,
meetings.
yeah. Was that at
See you
Classic
every
Homes? I think was that where we went.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was so fun. Yeah.
But I remember just like every week I like would talk to you about some stuff because
Mm,
my dad was always busy. And then at some point I didn't even know that was gonna happen. I remember we were
mm.
talking, I'm just like it just all hit me like this big wave of emotion, like, dude,
I think
I
you literally
miss
just
my
said like,
mom so much.
yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you, but that was what I was about to
You're
say.
good.
What? Say it again. I just
I miss my mom so much.
I remember that so clearly, bro. I don't.
Dude, and then I just
Ah,
started I just started bawling. It was
yeah,
crazy.
man. Yeah, and that was good. That was good. Like what? Like okay, let's say now you know of a young person who's dealing with something like that, and they're just not letting it out. They're not talking about it. What would your advice be to them? Like, I mean, obviously, just like yo, just let it out. Like, how would you walk someone through that now?
It's a great question.
Yeah, and if you don't
Um,
know the answer, that's okay, man. That's okay.
I don't. The only
Yeah,
thing I really think of is like you gotta acknowledge it.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I like had just no clue whether or not you know or not. There's like it's likely still gonna be live in the back of your mind. Because like
Mm,
here's the thing, you could like be well to be like level headed,
mhm.
but like you're still gonna miss your mom. Like most people are always gonna like they all most people love their mom. I'd hope,
Yeah.
So like in a
And
scenario like
some maybe
that,
some don't, but like let's say it's your dad, your spouse, your
yeah,
somebody. If there's somebody you love that you can't see, you just can't be around. It's like,
yeah.
man.
So like I don't know. I think it just like no matter who you're talking to, like I think it has to be acknowledged,
Yeah.
whether
Can
or
we
not you
take it
want
a
to talk.
step further and say like maybe it's not even just like that you miss but it's like when you have a feeling, like find a way to
Yeah,
talk about it. Just engage in
for sure.
vulnerability. Like and you know me for a long time. Like vulnerability,
Yeah,
is like one of my personal values. Like so we've been vulnerable with each other over the years, whether that's, me forgetting to respond to a text or I don't know, you just struggling with something and being willing to talk about it. Like vulnerability
yeah,
is a big part of our relationship, I would say. And like I want to applaud you. Like that was a big step in that relationship to just open up that conversation of vulnerability. So that was a cool moment. That was a cool moment. What would you say is like the next like pivotal moment in our relationship? Like if you were to like make checkpoints or like bullet points, what we call waypoints along our relationship path,
hmm
like at what would you say? What do you think of next after that moment? Because then we have COVID, and then we
dude.
have
COVID's a blur for me.
yeah, yeah, dude, that was crazy. Okay,
I
then
think.
I almost think we're getting into like I think we're getting into like Jess and I move into this new house. Like
hmm
Omar eventually gives his life to Christ,
Yeah,
right? Like what did that do for you? Like in that moment, I remember. So Omar's one of our other homies. He gives his life to Christ. Was there any part of you that's like, oh, me too, or were you like, yo, what's this guy thinking? Like what was going on in your head for that?
I think in my head I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, like this isn't just us hanging out.
Mm,
Like,
dude.
like he was giving it some deep thought. He was taking this seriously, and I'm here to hang out. I didn't give it like any thought at all. So I'm not like, what's this guy doing? I'm just like, oh, he's like, he really gave this like a lot of thought, and like something really like that happened in his heart.
Wow, man. I
So
love
just like,
hearing that.
yeah,
Wow. So then you said after that you saw this like you started seeing this like change in him, this pursuit of like this is more than just hanging out. This is more than just values based. Share a
yeah.
little bit more on that.
I think I just saw like a better discipline in him because um, he he's always been like relatively the same, but I think there's just like a slight change of like a new level of
Hmm.
this sort of like
You know what I saw? What I
I don't
saw
know.
was like Omar has always been somebody who wants excellence, but I
hmm
think before what was missing was like a why, like purpose. But why? Why be excellent? And now I think like the way this dude lives is like, I like, dude, I've challenged him on some things, and he's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna do that for you. I'm gonna do that as if I'm working for the Lord. I'm gonna do that for the Lord.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I love that. What are you looking up? What are you looking up?
His favorite Bible quote that he does.
Oh, is it one I just mentioned?
Yeah. What is it?
Oh, okay, okay, cool,
Whatever
cool.
you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for the human masters.
Yeah,
That's
dude, that's
probably
funny.
what changed.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is.
you
It's
saying
just
that reminded me.
yeah, that same thing, man. Just he just wanted to work as if to unto the Lord, and you said like that. Well, I love what you said, man. That like, oh, we're not just hanging out here. Like this is
Yeah.
this is some real stuff. Okay,
Real
so
things are happening. Yeah.
yeah. So I remember the next kind of there's a lot of cool moments, but I remember another moment where and again, let me say this. Year one, like every time we hung out, it was video games. Year
hmm
two, a little less. Year three, like every year our relationship has progressed. Like video games have become less and less a part of it. So when
Your fingers are
people
basically out the window right
they
now.
are. They are. Like we could think of two times in the last year. Come on.
Yeah.
But like I seriously when I talk to people about video game ministry, I think they get this idea that we're just like no lifing, like playing video
hmm
games and like not doing anything. But the like this you're hearing it from a student who grew up in satellite gaming. That's not what this is. It means so much more. So the next moment that I can think of is this is actually we get down to like now the last year of our friendship. Okay, so right now it's May of 26. We're talking like in the last from somehow from 25 to 26. I remember asking you. I think I said it. I think I worded it this way. Ixqui, will you pray about praying or think about praying or something like
Right.
that? And we talked about the faith of a mustard seed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all you need. And you're like, oh, I don't know. Okay.
What I
Like,
remember
you know,
primarily, sorry,
no, you remember something. Go ahead, go for it.
you texted me super early in the morning, and I just happened to be up. And I remember it led to me just being like, "You want to get coffee?" And it's 6 a.m. And so we drive because you texted me
What did I
about
text you
like
at
wait,
6 a.m.?
it was like a whole long thing. I think it was for Discover Bible Study, and like taking it to another level and taking it seriously. And I remember you
Mm,
texted me about it, asking like, "Will I walk it like in Christ with you?" And so I'm like, "You want to get coffee?" And we talked for like an hour or two,
yeah.
possibly even three, just the entire time about this, like not even like arguing, just like debating, like sharing my thoughts and everything. And then immediately after, both went to church.
Yeah, dude,
That's what I remember
I do
mainly.
remember that. That was cool. And was that the first time you went to church with me? Because you've been going to church with us now for like over a year, man. That may have been over a year ago.
My first time, that was when I started going consistently. My
Okay.
first time was Easter.
Oh, okay.
I remember
Okay.
because you just invited me, like, "Hey, you want to go to church with me on Easter?" I'm like, "Why not?
Dude,
Why not?"
bro, when I invited you to Easter, I text so many people. I was like, "Hey, this guy Ixqui, I've been asking you to pray for. He's coming to Easter Sunday. Pray for him. He's coming to Easter Sunday." I think I got 5 people text me afterward. Did he give his life to Christ? And I was like, "No, but it's okay. He will soon." Like just praying for you like crazy. But yeah, I remember that Easter service. Then you start coming to church more consistently. And I remember I used to tell you, I said, "Ixqui, you're the most Christian non-Christian I know." It's
Yeah.
like you go to church. So I know Christians don't even go to church every Sunday. You do Discover Bible Study, and I'm like, okay, the guys that I mentor, if they listen to this, they'll be like, like. I'm not necessarily like an easy mentor. Like I'm pretty like, hey, everyone's answering. Everyone, like, if you're struggling with something, I want to know about it. Like, if you sleep with your girlfriend, you got to tell me. You know what I mean? Like all this. Like, I want accountability. I want us to be in this. I want it to mean something. And like, bro, even as a non-Christian, you were just as much in it as the rest of the guys. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like you were invested even before knowing Christ. Like, why is
Yeah.
that?
Because it made me a better person, I'd say.
Mm. And that
Every
was your
no,
motivation. Yeah.
for sure. Because every
Okay.
single week, whether or not I could like relay and read this on like on a spiritual level, no
Mm.
matter what, I could take these words and still apply them to my life to better myself.
Okay.
And as every single week, either it's something like I do need to work on this, and it's like it helps with acknowledgement, or like another week passes, and I'm like, this kind of applies to me a little too much. What's going on here?
Dude, I remember some of that. I remember there was one time I looked at you, I was like, bro, I did not know that's what we were going to be talking about. Like, I had to make sure, I think several times where that happened, where I'm like, Ishki, I did
It's
not
a
plan
little
this.
too much to be a coincidence.
Dude, yeah, that's the Holy Spirit, man. That's crazy. I remember
Yeah.
that. That's nuts. Man, that happened quite a bit, actually. Like, we
No.
talk about something and then it would be like the next thing. Um, Man, I love that. So now we're going from having conversations about the faith of a mustard seed. I go on a trip, and I remember Sunday at church after I came back from a trip. You came to me and you said something, Jamie. And do you remember what you said at that time? We haven't really talked about that in a bit. You said, okay, you came to me. You'll remember what I said. I said, Jamie, I think I found that faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
Dude, what was that all about? Walk through that in your mind. What do you remember?
Um. So my brother's girlfriend was pregnant, and I wasn't getting a whole lot of details on like everything. And I'm gonna be honest, for a while, I could not care less. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do my own thing.
There's gonna
And
be a
then at
baby
some
screaming
point,
soon. Whatever. Yeah.
yeah. And then at some point, I heard like I didn't get details, but I'm like, there's like some slight health issues. I understand it happens with pregnancies, but it like kind of scared me because I'm like, I hope like things turn out well because like for her, because she's going through all that, for my brother,
Mm.
um, and so I was like I finally started caring and worrying, and by then I was going to church like every single week, and every single week I'd like grab the prayer cards that they had, and you can request prayers. Every single week I grab one and look at it, and I'm like, I could probably request something, but nothing like comes to mind. And that one week, it got me. That one week, just grabbed the pen and paper, started writing it down
Oh
because I
man.
wanted the best for them.
Yeah. So then you write down a prayer card and you write for a healthy pregnancy, for a healthy birth, right?
Yeah.
And by the time I come back, that nephew's born And do you
Awesome.
remember? Do you remember? By the time you told me you wrote down the prayer, I think he was born, because
Yeah, no, it was
yeah,
like I think
because I was gone
when I
for a
was
couple
writing it
weeks.
down, when I was writing it down, they were in the hospital waiting for the kid to come out.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
it was all the health issues and stuff. And do you remember
yeah,
what you told me? Because you talked to me till the next week. So you've been born. And what I remember is you saying, like, dude, Jamie, once I held that baby, I knew someone heard me.
yeah,
like it just clicked. So you found that faith of a mustard seed.
yeah.
And then that was a Sunday. Monday I had a board meeting, and I remember that was the next day. Tell me about that day for you. Like, what was that all about?
I remember. I think you're possibly busy on Sunday, so you're like, "All right, can we meet up this week?" And
You're
I'm
like, we
like,
have to talk
"Dude,"
about this. Like, we
I'm like,
have to.
"Dude,
You just told me you have a faith of a mustard seed. We
yeah."
gotta talk.
And I went, "Dude, we can meet up tomorrow."
Yeah,
And that's exactly what happened. I like went like got off of work, went straight to your place, and we just walked around the park
yeah,
for like an hour or two. Funny enough, that's when I discovered, oh shoot, there's a giant soccer field I can use.
dude. Yeah,
That's when I first saw that soccer field. But I remember walking around in that whole conversation of where does my faith lie now?
yeah. Because you had said, like, I'm not a Christian. Like, we even talked about how I said, like, look, I
Yeah,
don't even like how everyone used the word Christian. So I'm not expecting that of you. But like, I said, faith is nothing if you don't put it in something. That's just a word. Faith is something that you put into something. What are you going to put your faith in? And now we
right.
talked about things. I don't think anything we talked about was something I had not shared with you probably 100 times already. But
Yeah,
now that
different
you,
perspective.
yeah, now that you acknowledge, like, oh, there is a God, there is something that heard me, there is something listening, you have faith now. Like, how did the gospel message hit you now? Like, I was thinking, like, bro, this dude's gonna give his life to Jesus today. Like, I was ready for it, bro. I was like, I got a pond, let's get baptized, let's go. But like, what was going on in your mind now as a person who now has a faith, hearing all these things that you heard now with this new lens of, like, nah, somebody heard me? Like, what is that?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. It definitely like hit differently, but at the same time, a reason I was so like weary of just giving my life to Christ was the fear of just putting my faith like in a certain circle of this is where it
Mm,
lies. I have to follow these rules. I have to do this. And then I remember um, when we were discussing things you already told me before. In my recollection, I'm like, I don't even need to like the only thing limiting like me is myself.
mm,
Because I think funny enough, I had a similar conversation with Omar about it, where he was saying he's like, I don't know. He's like, he's like, do you ever hear Jamie refer to himself as like as a Christian? You refer to himself as a man of faith, and I'm like, you're right. I don't need to like just put a label on it or anything like that. I just can do like what he does.
mm-hmm.
I remember like because I went to you and Omar back and forth because
Okay.
both of you guys were investing in like your time into me and like trying to help me find Christ
Yeah.
or let Christ in.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and others too. Like, I mean, Phidippides, man, like, that dude
Oh,
was dude.
dude,
He would
that
hang out
man
with
is
you,
the
and
best. He's the
We would
best.
talk. Like, after every time one of us would hang out with each other, we'd be like, "Hey, how's Ixqui, man? How's Ixqui? How's he? Oh, he's good, man. He's good. He's good. He's good." And man, so many prayers, so many conversations. So now you say, like, okay, Jamie, like, loves Jesus, like, man of faith. Whether you give him a label as a man of faith, you give him a label as a Christian.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm just over here saying, like, Jesus, like, I'm saying to Ixqui, I put my faith in Jesus. Like, what are you going to do with yours? What are you going to do with yours? I go on another
Hmm.
trip. I come back. I come back, and we're at Discover Bible Study. It's Sunday night, and something changed. This man is ripping out. I thought he was going to burn his phone, by the way. His fingers are just taking notes. And I'm like, dude, this man's taking notes. Now that he's a man of faith, I'm just saying, like, now that he's taking notes as a man of faith on a Sunday night, like, you're just ripping through that phone, man, like, taking notes. And I knew something was different. I didn't quite understand. But what's going on in your mind now, the first time you the first time that you come to Bible study after you've kind of had this new encounter as a man of faith? Like, what's going on?
I just felt like if I'm gonna accept all this and like acknowledge all of it, I'm like I got to start taking this like more seriously. At first I was showing up, I was working on myself, just like on like a maturity and like mental aspect, and then and then I put faith in the picture, and I'm like, all right, now like this is stuff I for sure don't want to forget because there were several times
Does it mean something?
throughout. Yeah, because it means more now. Because there's several times where like I say this, I say I need to work on this when we're discussing our whole process of what this is to say about us. I'm
Mhm.
like, and there's several times I just don't do anything,
Yeah.
and then now this like it means a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, so
No, I get it. Again, it comes back to what we said about Omar. Like there's purpose behind it. It's like, okay, now there's a
yeah,
why for why do I want to do better? Like I don't just want to do
yeah,
better for the sake of doing better, but why do I want to listen to what is in this what these people keep calling the Bible, the divine word of God? Like why do I care about what it says? It's I could see this shift in you. So then this one of my other favorite places on the planet, my backyard by my koi pond. Okay. Love it. You say, Jamie, after Bible study, Jamie, we need to talk. Can I take you out to the pond? You know, I'm like, I'm going. What is this man about to tell me? And what do you remember? And you tell me if you want me to take over at any point.
I remember sweating bullets, extremely nervous because at this point it was a whole 7 year buildup of
Yeah.
you just like walking along with me,
Mm.
trying to
I'm gonna cry, bro.
yeah, just like pointing me in the direction. Essentially, like I remember for a while, you had an example of like what would you do if you had the cure to cancer? You remember that
Oh
conversation?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially like in my mind, I'm like in your perspective, I'm like this guy's finally gonna see me like say this. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like it's been just so long, and I don't know, man. It's just so many different emotions. I might need you to take over here.
So I remember what's cool is this is where Omar and Nathan prayed together for the first time. And Omar gave his life to Christ.
Mhm.
And man, I just remember walking out to the pond and your words as I remember them was just talking about that. Ugh. I tell this story a lot now because you gave me permission to, but I don't tell this story with you a lot. So this is just hitting a little different. um, it's crazy how I wouldn't say we ever like had hard debates, but we talked about like, well, how's the world made? How are you going to answer all these questions? It doesn't matter if I answer all
Mhm.
your questions. If I answer all your questions, all that does is prove that God is boring and we know everything about him. Like I will not be able.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll come up with a question I can't answer. But like we would kind of debate or whatever. I'd give facts and evidence and what we call apologetics, and we go through all that. And I remember, man, the thing that did it for you was not some crazy debate, but it was just that little baby. It was
Yeah.
your nephew, man. And I remember you saying, because we had to talk about you being like a father figure for him. We had to talk about you being an example for him.
Stepping up. Yeah.
Yeah, stepping up, just like, hey man, this kid, like, he's gonna be the closest thing to Jesus like you ever see, and like that you're gonna be the closest thing to Jesus that he might experience, and like I think you have a responsibility. And so I remember your words as I remember them were by the pond, like Jamie, I was holding that little baby. I was looking down at him, just thinking like he cannot grow up in a world where he does not know the love of Jesus. Somebody's got to tell him, and it's gonna be me. I gave my life to Jesus, and man, I just I just lost it, man. We just hugged, and um, I love you, bro. I'm so freaking proud of you, and I'm so honored to share in this journey with you. And I think that like it's just begun, bro. Like God's got so much he wants to do with you, Ixqui. Like he's got so many like you're gonna be an example for that young man. And I think it also like it humbled me, you know. It's like I know this is not self-deprecation. I'm not beating myself up here, but like of all the things that I did, like all the times we hung out, all the times we talked and I was late home and my wife had cold dinner for me, like all those times, like all the quote unquote energy that I put into this relationship, like God didn't need that. All God needed was for you to hold that little baby wrapped in, you know, a diaper. And that is what led you to Christ. And to me, that is just beautiful. It's a reminder for me that like, man, yes, no scripture. Yes, walk through life with these guys, but man, just help them experience the power of his love. And man, that baby changed your life, bro.
I love him so much. He's so
Oh,
cute.
he's very cute. That's a cute baby, bro. That's a cute baby. So So my question for you, Ixqui, is what now, man? What now? You've given your life to Christ. You've surrendered to Him. We're in an off season for our Discover Bible study. It'll pick up soon. We just did one on mentorship, discipleship, and now that you've been in the Word as a man of God, like not just a man of faith, but as a man of God, as a follower of Christ, you have a church home. You're growing in your faith. You're improving yourself. What's the rest of Ishki's story look like? Like what now, man?
Mhm. I think first things first, I need to get into the word more because I think at the peak of um like my putting my time into faith was like right before we had that talk at your koi pond because I
Mm,
remember I was going to two different Bible studies every weekend. Um, I went to church every single weekend, all that kind of stuff. And that week you were out, and the gap of the week before when I told you I had faith, and then a week passed, and then another week passed, and I told you I gave my life to Christ.
So when
I was running,
experiencing like something's out there
yeah,
to Jesus, like in those 2 weeks.
yeah, like that one week in particular, I was
Yeah.
going to the Saturday one, and then I ran the Sunday one.
You did. You asked me if you could facilitate it, and I was like, "Bro, yeah, that's
And,
crazy."
at some point, I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I like? What am I trying to tell myself? Like, who am I kidding? Who
Yeah.
am I kidding? Like, so.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't know. So I think it's
that's
definitely
so
time to
cool.
put more time. Definitely. I think I want to put more time into my the word
Yeah.
and spend more time with God, along with invest more in my future and my career. Because right
Mm,
now I'm working a job, and I could definitely invest my time into it and possibly like benefit from it a lot. But it's not my passion. So I want to
mm,
invest in my career, carpentry. I like making stuff. Uh,
yeah, that's cool, man. I
the two
love
main
that.
things, and
I love
soccer.
and
And it's like
soccer.
it's
Yeah,
so fun.
that's so
But
cool.
yeah.
So something I want to point out is in this as we come to a close here in our relationship, man, I would say that like uh, in a lot of ways, obviously God gets all the credit, but in a lot of ways, like our relationship wouldn't exist if it weren't for video games. Like the
Yeah,
depth
for
of
sure.
relationship we have wouldn't exist without video games. And I remember again the first years, like every time we talked, there was with a controller in our hands, and then it evolved and it grew, and then it was like, okay, come over, we'll play video games mostly and talk a little, and then over time, it's just like bro, we're just getting in the word. We're just getting in the word. We don't even need video games, man. And I love video games. Video games are fun. They're awesome. But our relationship and our friendship is so much bigger than that. And that's true with all the guys that I pour into on Sunday nights, right? Like all you guys, like I love you guys so much. I'm so honored to walk through life with you. So I would say, Ishki, in terms of our relationship, like could you just share with those listening, like, and this isn't for my benefit, this is for somebody who's listening's benefit, this is for a young person's benefit, like what is something that, because I got a long list of ways that you bless me. I promise you, I've learned way more through walking through life with you than you've learned walking through life with me. And that sounds crazy. I remember when one of my mentors told me that, and I was like, "No way, you taught me so much." But as a mentor, man, I'm like, "Nope, I've learned way more from you than you'll ever learn from me." So thank you. But what is something that like just from this mentorship, mentee mentorship relationship, like what is something that you would like impart to others and just encourage them in how they mentor others or in how they pursue mentorship, or if they don't, like what is something that you would impart to them?
I'd say a big thing that like stuck with me because like in this one situation, it was probably when I was like the most um like annoyed with you. But it's something you told me. It was I think I felt like you were being too pushy about me finding like faith in Christ.
Mm,
And we had a conversation where I'm like and I was talking to you like at some point like I felt offended and like I felt a bit insulted. And you're
mm,
like, I understand and I'm sorry. But if I'm not like being pushing, like offending you at some point, then I don't think I'm doing it right. In those sort of words.
mm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I remember what I'm saying is like if I can somehow share the gospel with you and it not offend you, I think I'm doing it wrong because the gospel is
That
offensive. Like a naked
that
dude died on a cross and that's who you surrender your life to. Like, dang, bro.
yeah.
Like
So
if yeah, wow. I've dude, thank that blesses me to hear that because I'm like, dang.
dude,
That
it's
was the Holy
funny
Spirit
because like
speaking through me because I barely remember that, but that's amen. That is good. That's
it's funny because that stuck
thank
with
you
me
for
the
sharing that with
most.
me.
Like of like the idea of just don't be like I can't be afraid of it. Like
Hmm.
or I can't be afraid of like certain stuff because people can, I guess you'd say light parenting, where they're very gentle,
Mm,
but like you just straight up said that, and I'm like, I can't argue it. It
yeah.
stuck, and it's very
Wow.
funny and ironic that that stuck with me when I was like the
Dang.
most like butting heads with you.
Yeah, dude, that I appreciate you sharing that, Ixqui. That means a lot. And Ixqui, I'm gonna impart that to you again. That as you go forth and you make disciples, and as you get to experience mentorship here soon, hopefully, and
Yep.
as you share in life with your brother, your nephew, that you acknowledge that like we live a life that might offend people, but let it not be because we judge them. Let it not be because because of the way we treat them, but because we believe in a God that at some point they have to make a choice to surrender their life to, and that imposes something that implies they are not willing. That implies they can't do it on their own, and that will offend some. It'll offend most, and at some point we have to take that from being offensive to being a reality and to acknowledging that that is the only way that we can experience what I would say is true love, and that is from Jesus. So, Ixqui, thank you for sharing that with me, bro. Thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for making me cry. Not that it's that hard, but I love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Thanks for joining us as we grow the library of satellite stories. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, Jesus loves you, nerds.